Hello! Thanks for tuning in again to Tech Talk Tuesday. My name is Brian Mursky, and I am the owner of Veranda Technologies. We're here in Brick Township, New Jersey. We service Monmouth, Ocean, and the rest of New Jersey. So we have done in the past, and will do in the future, videos on backups. It's the most important topic to me. It's the most important thing that, as a customer, you can do. So backups, critical, absolutely. But today we're going to focus solely on the items that you keep in the cloud that you may not even think about because you just trust that they're being backed up, as opposed to backups specific towards your office or home computers. A lot of people don't even have computers anymore in the home. A lot of people are going to small laptops, Chromebooks, probably not keeping a whole bunch of data on there. You're keeping it in the cloud, right? You have Google or Apple or Android contacts, calendars, QuickBooks data, your financial stuff, your notes, your project lists for work. We're increasingly keeping that in, cloud-based solutions, Microsoft Office 365, whatever it is, and your iPhone and your Android itself, right? You have a phone, you have stuff on that phone, it backs up magically somewhere. But what would happen if you lost it? So I have a pretty tightly woven ritual that I go through every month. It's a decent sized spreadsheet, and some of it more than monthly now. There are certainly things like my calendar I back up weekly. Contacts I can get away with monthly. I don't add or remove that many people from contacts on a weekly basis. But my calendar I certainly do every day. Things get moved, pushed, adjusted. So I wanted to just take a few minutes and run through, because it's pretty easy to do, and I guess that's really my goal today, is to show you how simple it can be to have a little bit of peace of mind. So I'm on a desktop computer now. You can do this on a laptop, you can do it on your work PC, you could get a little thumb drive. Most of the stuff is pretty tiny. But if I share my monitor now, you'll see Google Contacts. So I have all of my life's contacts in Google. It's saved to my Google account. It syncs to my cell phone. But if something happened to my cell phone or the Google account, I could potentially lose that, right? I mean, theoretically you wouldn't. If something happened to the cell phone, you get a new cell phone, you log in. But what if something also happened at Google and all of that stuff disappeared? I mean, they're not perfect. So far, they haven't lost anything, but they may. So this is as easy as it is. I'm in Google Contacts. I click on More. I go down to Export. I choose what I want to export. I will say All Contacts, and I will choose a format. In this case, I want to export it to something that I could bring it back into Google in the future. I click Export. It's done. Shows up there at the bottom. Completely finished. Now, I could take that file, which I won't do now, and put it somewhere else, but I'm going to run through a couple others just to show you how quickly. This is my calendar. Same thing. Click over here. Settings. Export. What do I want to export? All events, all calendars. And we're done. And here's my work notes. I have a bunch of notes that I keep, bulleted lists for clients, so I can go through. Same thing. They have an export feature. I click Export. I decide what I want to do with it. In this case, I want to download. Now I have all of this stuff downloaded. So I can open up my Downloads window. I can look at the things I have exported. I can highlight them. And I can copy them over to an external drive. I'm done. I then unplug them, unplug the external drive rather, and that's it. I've taken my calendar, my contacts, and my work notes. In a matter of 30 seconds, I've exported all of them and then copy and pasted them over to an external drive. It's about a 15-minute process that I go through once a month, because I also include, I'll bring down here and show you real quick, the Monitor's not coming up. iTunes is set up to back up my cell phone. So I have an iPhone that backs up. You can see that today at 9:28 a.m. I backed up my phone to my computer. So that's done. And QuickBooks. So in my case, I have QuickBooks, which I won't bother to open now. It takes a few minutes to power up, and I didn't remember to get it ready for the video. But I log into QuickBooks and I do a backup to the same external drive that I've plugged in. So now I have all of my QuickBooks data, all of my work client notes and data, all of my contacts in my life, my entire calendar, and the contents of all of the apps on my iPhone, all backed up in a 10-minute period, copy and paste it over to an external drive that I take out and I stick in the glove compartment of my car. Every single month, in some cases weekly, I do that. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. I know that if something happens, I'm not going to lose any of those things, right? I can pull them in a matter of minutes. I can pull that drive out of the car, start up a new Google account, a new calendar, whatever it is, and import that stuff and have it. Or open it in the case of most of that stuff, certainly not QuickBooks or the iPhone backup. I can open that up in Excel and look at that data in Excel as well. It wouldn't be as pretty, wouldn't be formatted as nicely, but I'd have it. I know where I would, where I'm supposed to be on Wednesday at 12 o'clock, for example. So think about what you have. Where do you keep this stuff? What would happen if you lost it? And then go to the site or service or app that it's saved in and see if you can find the export feature. I guarantee there's some method of getting the data out of there. Almost every one of these companies provides that as a solution. They're tiny files. They don't take up much room. You can get a $30, probably even a $20 at this point, USB thumb drive that you plug into a USB port and keep it all on that. They've got them that fit on your keychain. You can carry it around with you. Again, just to know that you have this stuff backed up. If you have any specific questions about services you can't figure out and you want to drop us a line, helpdesk@verandatech.com. You can always call me at 732-743-5772. Otherwise, have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time on Tech Talk Tuesday.